Hello and welcome to the Freelo Report. I'm Starrman. Let's get right into it. This week's had a few upset matches. Club Ice is now at the top of the standings. Still unclear if they're the team to beat or if it's one of the Abandoned Gaming or Gamma. There's so many options out there. Gamma's had huge confidence since their win against Abandoned Gaming Black on day 2, while Team Instinct is also wrapping up a few wins. The Abandoned Gaming org looks strong as ever, but still obviously not too strong to fall. Coach Ragnar has this to say about Abandoned Gaming Black and Red this week. It's going to be a fun week to watch with Abandoned Gaming Red feeling secure about heading into playoffs. They're trying to cut loose a little bit and maybe pull out some pocket picks and mix things up a little bit. Honestly, though, excited about the Abandoned Gaming Black versus Club Ice game. There's a lot on the line, and it's going to give us a good look at what we'll have to focus on heading into playoffs, especially as seeing how these are two top-tier teams that have yet to meet. While playoffs are close by, everyone is fighting for everything they can. Club Ice was very confident when they said they're focused on playoffs with the new roster. However, always looking to improve. Even with our loss last week, everyone is super hyped, upbeat, friendly, and ready to play. All the teams this week have really steady rosters. They've been keeping things fairly constant throughout the past few weeks, trying to get ready as we go into a very important last few weeks, I should say. And speaking of this week, the big match to watch is two middle-tier teams in the standings, Team Instinct and Ferocity Esports. They're going to be meeting this week. Ferocity, obviously, new team. Team Instinct recently has been really cracking down on this. Instinct has only played 2 games since MSI on their new roster, and mixed results both ways. Their record's 8-6. They lost to Abandoned Gaming Red, but beat Team Crushers last weekend. Ferocity, on the other hand, won 3 out of their 4 games since coming into the league. They lost to Club Ice in their debut match, but beat Crushers, and they won via forfeit to Cyber and Singularity. That puts them in 8th place, which is an important place to be in. It means they have a shot for getting into those playoffs. They have a 5-9 record at the moment. Ferocity Esports does not have a top laner, rather looking for a top laner right now. It has yet to be decided. Sources suggest that it's going to be BA Flame or CSG Pawns, as some people know him. And it's going to be important to see if he can adapt to the matchup versus West Farming, who's had really big impact, most recently in the Urgot matchup there. We'll see if that comes out again or if they're going to be showing different picks. This match is super important to both teams, especially as they race for final playoff spot. Ferocity is going to be trying to get in there. Instinct has a closer chance to catch up for the race for 2nd place, but definitely Ferocity wanting to make a really hard push last few weeks and get into that spot. So we're going to see them putting everything they have. Instinct a little less to lose, but still wants to get into 2nd place for that round 1 bye in the playoffs. If they do get in there, they're going to join Gamma Esports and Abandoned Gaming Black for a 3-way tie for 3rd. That's if they win this week, and then they have possibility for going on to 2nd. And Ferocity will come that much closer to a playoff spot, and they look like they might be able to. Fairly strong composition.
Hello people of Earth, 'tis I, Manwalrus, here to bring you some more interesting stats that will more than likely put you to sleep. This week's top performers for stats are Mr. JGTW, who is out in front with 63 kills. TS Black feeds the least and also has the best KDA in the land. Sadistic Soul has the most assists. And to round it out, Mr. GGTW also murders the most minions per game. Now for the slightly less boring part. Today I'll be talking about somewhat of a hot topic on the forums, whether or not post-game MVPs are fairly dispersed among roles. Now let's quickly see who has the most MVPs in the league. Z-Green Z-Lux are tied with 3 MVPs apiece, followed by a ton of other people with 2 and 1. So in those top 2 we have 2 top laners. But we can't end at that. We need to look at all the MVPs. So I've made a list of MVPs by position. Keep in mind that this is only for active players. Drumroll please. And the role with the most MVPs is top lane with 8, and 2nd place is support with 5, and 3rd place is AD carries with 4, 4th is mid lane with 3, and junglers are in last place with 2. I bet that the support MVP surprised a lot of people. And I can't say that I wasn't surprised too. But if you look at it this way, midlers and junglers seem to get the least MVPs when the general consensus seems to be that mid and ADC get the most. But ultimately, doesn't matter, not at all. In my opinion, casters should focus on casting the game, and the players should ideally be focused on winning the game and not who outshines who on your team, because if you dominate the game, odds are you'll get your MVPs eventually. Also, the mid lane total was brought down incredibly this week due to drastic roster overhauls by multiple teams, so take all this with more than a few grains of salt.
Tune in to the BSGL live stream at 7 Eastern on Saturday. We'll see who comes out on top of that one. That's all we've got for this week, guys. Thanks for joining me, and check us out next week on the Freelo Report.